The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Video Sports.
Henschel from the Wildcat. Henschel now will get it with a head full of steam. There goes Henschel to the end zone. Touchdown right through the shoot mark.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for best digital production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, in-depth analysis, and top-notch production.
With 6 seconds left on the clock, Gannon Schwartz, misdirection, goes out to the right. He's got a man in the end zone. Two-point conversion for the Vikings!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multi-year first-place winner for best play-by-play in the state.
In motion comes Neal. Play fake to Neal.
Got him.
Eli Mikulkevich down the field. Hauled in by the Cardinals.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Lens Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Taglia-Petra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Sauer Family Dental.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Good Thursday evening to you from Campbellsport, Wisconsin. Coming up tonight, we have Flyway Conference basketball between the two teams that are currently tied for sixth in the Flyway. A win tonight will move someone into either a tie for fifth with Amro or a sole sixth place finish here tonight. It's the Campbellsport Cougars hosting the St. Mary Springs Academy Ledgers. Both teams, as I mentioned, 4-9 in Flyway Conference play. Springs 8-15 overall, and Campbellsport is 7-16 overall. The first time these two teams got together, it was a Springs win back at home. 59-40 was the final. That one got away late. It was a much closer game during the majority of the game, but Springs ends up winning it by 19 points. That was back on January 22nd. So they're meeting a couple of times here on the back half of the Flyway season. For both of these teams coming up in the postseason next week, Springs D4, Sectional 4A. The Ledgers got an 8 seed. They host 9th-seeded Valders coming up on Tuesday. And for Campbellsport is up in Division 3, and the Cougars earn themselves a 7 seed, and they'll play North Fond du Lac. They're D3 Sectional 2B. If Campbellsport wins, they take on Berlin. A win for the Ledgers, they would go to top-seeded Howard's Grove in their sectional. So that's kind of what's at stake here. Final game of the season. Doesn't
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving, to keep you achieving, to keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Each and every week, Len's Truck Center of Fond du Lac Radio Plus Video Sports in partnership with Jeff's live stream salute a great play of the game. This from Oakfield, our play of the game.
Lanning up to Milky, back to Lanning, wide open, corner three, bang! J.J. Lanning has been a fantastic sixth man off the bench tonight from Oakfield, as he usually is. A perimeter threat when he is on, and tonight, that's the way it's looking.
Again, thanks to Len's Truck Center, Radio Plus Video Sports in partnership with Jeff's live streams.
We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
Love your home from the inside and out with new windows from Infinity from Marvin. Ultrex fiberglass is 8 times stronger than vinyl and virtually maintenance-free. Find out why more people are choosing fiberglass.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Taylor Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Check, check, check. Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach Krieger from Springs. And Coach, big win, get a little momentum on Tuesday. Take down Waupun on the road, overtime. I know these games don't mean anything for the seeding, but nice to get some momentum headed into the second season. Yeah.
At this point, yes, we'll take momentum any way we can get it, and coming in. At the end of last week, our goal was to end the season on a 3-game winning streak, meaning the last 3 regular season while we let the one at Mayville get away. Glad that, I was pretty happy with how we played after watching the game again, the game at Waupun. We didn't play perfect, but we played well enough, and then we played with great composure to keep the lead. Then they hit a shot, we go to OT, and then we controlled the entire overtime, and which is sometimes tough after you give up a lead at the buzzer. So pretty happy with that. We're not going to be 3-0 at the end of tonight, but we're hoping to be 2-1 going into next week's regional game.
First time around against these guys. Big nights from Ben and Joey, which is, as they go, this team has gone in many respects this year. If you think back and kind of reflect on the first time you played these guys, what was the key to that game in hindsight?
Well, we did a really good job on the boards. I think we out-rebounded them by 10, and we did a real nice job on, Noah Bob. Their leading scorer, I believe he only had 4. Nobody was in double figures for them, and we were good defensively. I'm hoping that we're kind of getting our rebounding back. I think trying to think why we haven't been able to rebound. And the last couple of weeks we've played a lot of zone, and it's harder to rebound in a zone. And Tuesday night we were almost exclusively man, and we'll be more of a steady diet of man, and hoping that helps us with the rebounds. But, we did a nice job the first time, and I'm hoping that, we can force tough shots and then get those rebounds. And offensively, I think we're coming around here the last handful of games.
You mentioned him in just a couple of minutes when we give the starters, but Michael Keeble finds his way into the starting lineup. I think it was the Laconia game, came in and just gave you guys a shot in the arm. And I guess what have you liked what you've seen from him? He just fearless out there for being a sophomore and kind of stepping into some big minutes lately.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I think he had 11 at Mayville last week. It was a little different, I think, for him starting on Tuesday. That was his first start. And because of how things were, I had a couple family things I had to deal with, so I wasn't at the last bit of practice to really talk with him. So, hey, you ready to start tomorrow? What? Yeah. That was via text. But he's doing well, and the biggest thing we like about him is that he's an offensive threat. He's a bigger kid. He can step out and shoot the 3. He can also post up. He can rebound. But he catches the ball ready to score all the time, which some of our guys this year aren't doing that. And, like you said, with Ben and Joey, the way they go, we go. We really only have 3 consistent scorers, right? So if we can get him to give the rest of the season to give us a consistent 8, 9, we'll take it. And, and it's good exposure for him getting up to that speed of varsity, going into next year.
Last game of the regular season. Good luck. Go get him tonight, Coach.
All right, thanks.
There you go. That is Coach Kyle Krieger. Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. And we always wrap that in with the Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report. Got pain, see Dr. Shane Bauer and the great folks over at Bauer Chiropractic. And for the Ledgers, they're as healthy as they've been all season long. And they're, Coach Krieger, every time I kind of mention it, he says, we got the bumps and bruises, and, no one's fully healthy at this point in the season, but as best as you can be at this point is that you aren't having guys miss games, and that's the case for the Ledgers, which is a good thing for them. Got this senior night action going on here for Campbellsport. We'll step aside. We'll hear from Coach Elliott in just a moment here on Radio Plus.
Our student athlete of the week this week from Radio Plus Video Sports in partnership with Jeff's Live Streams and Len's Truck Center is Hunter Dooley from Elmira.
Near the corner, cross-court pass. Dooley thought about it. Instead goes baseline, off the glass and one. Hunter Dooley, the senior, getting it done in stylish fashion. Next, joining me here, Hunter Dooley, who had 14 on the night for the Lions. Hunter, talk to me about the emotions, everything going on with senior night, and scoring 15. It was a good game for you.
Yeah, coach just told me, go shoot the ball. I usually don't, and he was like, you're a pass-first guy, just go get your shots up tonight because it's senior night. And, I did.
Hunter Dooley, one of 3 seniors for the Lions. Elmira, undefeated in conference play. Again, congratulations to Hunter Dooley, our student athlete of the week this week from Radio Plus Video Sports, Jeff's Live Streams, and Len's Truck Center.
We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn-dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
One of my favorite things about working at Hoppers is meeting all the new people, seeing all the new faces come in. We come out with a new product or a new way to do something and they come in. I find a lot of joy in just seeing them smile.
I think that all of our customers come in with a vision and they have an idea in their head of like what they want their apparel to look like. Our goal is to exceed the customer's expectations by providing them with high quality apparel and help bring their ideas to life.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory in Fond du Lac, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Don and the team at Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory invite you to discover who has made Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. To find out more about Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematories, visit kirkyfuneralchapel.com.
Don Kirky and staff, Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Good luck to all area athletes from the entire staff at Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Back here in the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach Elliott from Campbellsport. And Coach, last game of the year, senior night. Guess a chance to talk about the guys that you had, and I know Jace missed the season and was a big loss. I mean, off of would have been a lot of returning experience for your team. And what have these seniors, in your time here, kind of meant to this program?
They're very resilient. We haven't always had more wins than losses, but every day they come in and work hard and they handle adversity really well. You can use this year as a perfect example of that. We lost 7 straight games to start the year, and it would have been real easy to mail it in, and they didn't. And they got us on a roll after Christmas break where we've won 7 games since then, and that's a credit to their toughness and their camaraderie and willingness to get better and right the ship for the season.
You look at the game earlier this year against Springs. I know, the rebounding margin was maybe something you could look at. What as you kind of digested that one for this time around, I guess what were some of the keys to coming up just a little bit short up there?
We didn't handle their pressure well. We know how they try to keep it on one side, pressure the ball, deny ball turnovers where Springs can get out and run and hit open shots. And then when you get sped up, you don't get in that rhythm offensively. And then we started to miss shots or force shots. And when you do that against Springs, they feed off it because they're very good at what they do. That's their identity. And then when you play good defense and force them to miss shots, you have to secure a rebound and not give them second chance opportunities. And that's ultimately what the game came down to at their place. And we know that. We just have to be way better executing.
You mentioned the seniors leading this team second half of the year to just a kind of a Jekyll and Hyde kind of first half, second half of the year. In those wins, I guess what do you point to as when this team, your team, has things going well? What is it that leads to the wins?
I think that's our grittiness defensively, and when we're locked into a scouting report, we play physical and we know the tendencies of players and we take those away and we execute and we do that collectively. And when we are locked in defensively, we're tough to score on, and then it fuels our offense. And I think the other thing is when we're making shots early, unfortunately, that's what fuels our defense the most. And it's hard to get teenagers to understand that there's two sides of the game to be played, and when shots are going in, the energy level on defense picks up. But when we've maintained that energy defensively for a full 36 minutes, that's when you've seen us win games and beat some really solid teams.
Last one for you, Coach, as you close out the regular season here. It doesn't matter for seeding necessarily, but obviously always nice to get some momentum headed into season number 2. What are you looking for from your team in terms of getting that accomplished here tonight?
We talked about it, ad nauseum the last couple of weeks. Like, we need to be playing our identity as we approach our second season on Tuesday, and that starts with the defense that I just talked about, and some guys getting some more confidence offensively. There's a couple shooting slumps that it'd be nice for them to see the ball go in. Win or lose tonight, I just want to see, who we are supposed to be defensively and trust each other offensively.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Good luck. Go get them.
Thank you very much.
There you go. That is Coach Ethan Elliott from Campbellsport, and his Cougars getting set to take on the St. Mary Springs Academy Ledgers. That's the second edition of the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. And similarly to Springs, Bauer Chiropractic injury report got Payne C. Shane and Bauer Chiropractic. Same thing for Coach Elliott. Now, again, they didn't have Jace Gable all season long. It's a big loss for them to not have Gable. He is out there, quote-unquote, getting loose. He's going to be out there. He'll score the first bucket tonight. Spring's going to allow him to score his senior season and kind of cap off the season in the right way. But, man, Gable would have been an impactful figure to be out there all season long for Campbellsport. He was the point guard last year, did a lot of their ball handling, and was a key scorer for them as well, and that's just a lot to lose before the season even begins. But other than that, they are in good shape on the injury front headed into the postseason. Our keys to the game are built by Pino Construction. Turn vision into reality. with Pino. And for the Ledgers, got to do the same things they did the first time around against Campbellsport, and that is dominate the glass. You heard Coach Krieger talk about it. Getting back into a man-to-man defense certainly maybe helps on the rebounding front because you have someone that you are assigned to box out. You got to defend them, you got to block them out, you got to go get a rebound. And sometimes that's a difficult thing if you're a program that doesn't play a ton of zone, and under Coach Krieger it's usually not the case where they have to play a ton of zone. Sometimes it's hard to figure out who you're matched up against once the shot goes in the air and you're blocking out an area maybe instead of a man necessarily. So that's the key for the Ledgers. For the Cougars, I'll be interested. They've been better defensively second half of the season. We did not really see that, and you heard Coach Elliott talk about it. A lot of that having to do with the turnovers and second chance points. You give any team extra possessions, it's going to be a tough game, but they gave up nearly 70 points the first time these two teams met. And can Campbellsport, can they bring the defensive intensity tonight? Because Springs has had some games this season where they've struggled to score the basketball. So that perhaps a chance for Campbellsport to find an avenue to some success coming up here tonight. Take another timeout. We'll come back. We will meet our starting lineups presented by Sargento Cheese. That's next on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
At Silica, we've built a reputation for selling the best appliances and servicing everything we sell. Standing by our customers is what makes us grow, and with 3 locations, our service area covers a huge part of the state. That's why when you see our thousands of online reviews, these are the words you most commonly see. Great service after the sale. That keeps us moving ahead for over 100 years. You won't get that with the big box stores. See for yourself why your neighbors say it's Silica for your home.
We return here to Campbellsport High School. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. Colby punching the buttons and Colton on the camera this evening. Thanks to them for their help. Sargento Cheese presents our starting lineup. Sargento is looking for manufacturing superstars for general production machine operators, ops quality specialists, and maintenance pros. General production starting at $26 an hour plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. Sargento, your passion, our culture. Let's start with the starters for the visiting St. Mary's Springs Academy Ledgers. Number 3 is a 6'1 junior guard, Jack Judkins. Judkins on the season, averaging 10.7 points per game. Number 4 is senior Ben Baker, the 5'10 senior, averaging just shy of 15 points per game this season. Number 22, 6'4 junior Matt Miller. Miller is averaging about 2 points per game. He's out there for his rebounding and defense, 5 rebounds per game. He also gets 2.5 deflections per game, which is a big stat for Coach Kyle Krieger, that is for sure. Number 23 is Joey Kuhn, a 6-foot junior guard. Kuhn all the way up to 14.7 points per game. He is just a single tenth of a point behind Ben Baker, and that tells you the kind of second half that Joey Kuhn's had. And if you're a Ledger fan and you're tuned into a lot of these Radio Plus broadcasts, we've talked about it a lot second half of the season, how nice of a year that Joey Kuhn has had on the back half. And then number 33 is 6'3 sophomore Michael Keeble, who has really inserted himself into the conversation here over a really short span. 11 games and just one start. That came against Waupun. You heard Coach Krieger talk about it. Maybe a little bit too bright of the lights and maybe a little nervous going into that one. But I expect him to settle in. Keeble, 2.3 points per game, but I've been nothing but impressed. I go back to that Laconia game where Keeble got them right back into the contest, and ever since then he's continued to produce when he's out there for the Ledgers, and now looks to be maybe even a key part, perhaps, of their postseason run, whatever that looks like for the Ledgers. So again, 3 Judkins, 4 Baker, 22 Miller, 23 Kuhn, 33 Keeble. And for Campbellsport, all of their seniors, number 3, Trenton Schladweiler, number 11, Jace Gable, number 15, Cullen Reese, 23, Caden Flash, and 34, Deacon Kuzer. And then also see Noah Bob, number 21, the leading scorer for the Cougars, averages 13.4 points per game. He'll replace Jace Gable after that opening bucket for the senior that suffered a torn ACL in the baseball, or the summer baseball, the Legion baseball season. And so 6 seniors for Campbellsport, and all will kind of be in the starting lineup here tonight. A couple of other names to keep an eye on. Junior Carter Gellings averages 11.5 points per game. Junior Trevin Shea averages 9. And then sophomore Pierce Caney averages 6.3 points per game. So a couple of other names to keep your ears out for here tonight. Those starters presented to you by Sargento Cheese. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for our Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. That's next on Radio Plus.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Camera Casino, do you copy?
Yep, loud and clear.
I'm reporting a successful mission from our new location. This new technology is out of this world. Canon, Nikon, Sony, the best images yet. Look at all these new tripods and bags. The best selection south of the sun.
Great. When can we expect the shipment?
In about a week, as long as I don't get stranded.
For stellar products and service, visit Camera Casino at our downtown Oshkosh location.
What's rewarding to me about my job is being able to see apparel that I've printed out in public. That's what makes me feel proud.
I never really look at everybody as just a customer. They're more of a friend. When they come in, my purpose is to make everybody look good and feel comfortable in what they're wearing. It's important for us to build and just have that relationship. You're not just a number. We want to know you, we want to get to know you, we want to work with you. That's one of our main focuses and goals at Hoppers.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Back here at Campbellsport, closing out our Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show with the Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Contact Right Way today for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. That's rightwaybuilt.com. Once again, reminder of the starters here tonight as the fans meet them here in the arena. 3, Jack Judkins. 4, Ben Baker. 22, Matt Miller. 23, Joey Kuhn. 33, Michael Keeble. And the starters for Campbellsport: 3, Trent Schladweiler. 11, Jace Gable. 15, Cullen Reese. 23, Caden Flash. And 34, Deacon Kuzer. And then we'll have Noah Bob replace Jace Gable right out the chute. So pretty much 6 starters for Campbellsport. We'll mention all of the seniors for the Cougars. That closes out the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. As we do, we'll tell you high school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Appreciate all of our great sponsors up and down the line, especially those involved in our pregame show tonight. So got all the starters situated. Springs in the road blues and Campbellsport in the home whites. A reminder, both of these teams locked up in the boys standings. Both teams 4-9 in the Flyway Conference. Springs 8-15 overall. They got a 4 seed coming up next week. Campbellsport 7-16. They got a 7 seed coming up next week. So the tap here will go to Jace Gable, number 11 from the Cougars. Sorry to spoil it for those of you at home, but there you go. I got the inside scoop. So they're going to let Baker score first. So for easiest bucket of the night for Ben Baker, and the Ledger's only senior gets in on the action as well. And here goes Jace Gable, the single dribble, and we're tied back up at 2 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And Jace Gable, a big smile on his face as he gets a standing ovation from the Campbellsport crowd here tonight, and he'll finish his senior season with 2 points. Good touch by both Coach Kyle Krieger and Coach Ethan Elliott here tonight. Noah Bob will replace him, and we'll be ready to play basketball. So there you go, a couple of buckets traded either way, and now we're ready to roll with Springs basketball. So Baker into the front court for the first possession in actuality, and Baker goes baseline here, kicks out to Joey Kuhn. Seen some good patience by Springs this year offensively. It's just sometimes has not resulted in good shots. That time Baker with a 3 that comes up short, and the rebound cleared with Trenton Schladweiler. So all the seniors still out there for the Cougars for the time being. This is Kuzer, and he looks far side to the leading scorer, Noah Bob. Bob had 4 points the first time these two teams met. Coach Krieger hit the nail on the head. That was just kind of a microcosm of everything. There's Caden Flash. How about him getting in on the scoring action? He's got a pair. So Flash hasn't got a ton of playing time this year. But, hey, how about you use it if you're out there? And here's a turnover from Springs. Goes through the hands of Michael Keeble. And heard Coach Krieger talk about kind of a slow start for Keeble on Tuesday in his first start in varsity action. Guy who started the year pretty much exclusively, he was on the roster for varsity, but pretty much played exclusively JV. And now by the end of the season, look at what he's turned into for the Ledgers. Bob, that time, a little out of control, couldn't finish at the rim. And the rebound cleared for the Ledgers. Here goes Jack Judkins, knifing through the paint, and Judkins has his first bucket of the night. And now a Ledger down underneath the hoop is that Judkins will send the trainer out, and we'll take a timeout here on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go?
Oh, there it is. Cheaters don't get chicken. Huh? Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
All right, back here at Campbellsport, confirmation it is Jack Judkins, and being helped off by the athletic trainer as well as Coach Kyle Krieger, and he'll be replaced by Brenton Rodriguez here early on. And just, that in there was obviously no contact. I think I don't know if he landed on someone's foot. Yeah, it gets jumbled underneath the hoop, which is exactly the reason that the WIAA needs a restricted circle. Now, again, that wasn't a situation where that would have come into play with an offensive-defensive foul situation there. And certainly all the best to number 3, Jack Judkins. Hope everything's all right with him, as that would be a big loss headed into the postseason. Near 11-point scorer for the Ledgers if he is not able to return. So hopefully for his sake and for the Ledgers' sake, that he is able to. Tied up here at 4 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. 16 minutes to go, just underway here tonight. A couple of buckets traded each way. This time a wraparound pass from Schladweiler looking for Kuzer. And it was kicked out of bounds by the Ledgers. So underneath inbounds for Campbellsport. And it'll be Caden Flash to trigger it in for the Cougars. A couple of screens set up at the top. Couple of rolls. This time it's Cullen Reese with the fadeaway jump shot. Reese caught fire in the second half the first time these two teams met. Nice pass up ahead from Joey Kuhn to Michael Keeble, and Keeble able to get it out to Matt Miller and save the possession. Here goes Joey Kuhn down to the corner. Ben Baker, shot fake there. Goes baseline, wraparound pass back out to Kuhn. Good ball movement and good patience. Here's Brenton Rodriguez. Kick to Miller. Miller, shot fake there. Don't expect to see him shoot any threes, but got to respect the shot fake for sure. Keeble comes through, clears out for Kuhn, and Baker on the right wing. Back to Matt Miller as the motion offensive springs. All the ball screens you got to work your way through. All the constant motion. Here's a Joey Kuhn 3. Nice block out by the aforementioned Cullen Reese. Reese, yeah, he hit a couple of threes in that game. A couple of nice drives to the hoop. He got fouled a couple of times. And he almost single-handedly brought Campbellsport right back into the ball game, and just too tall of a task for one guy to get or to accomplish. Offensive rebound here for Noah Bob, and Bob is going to head to the free throw line. Miss from Schladweiler, and he's limping here a little bit, but Bob will go to the charity stripe for the first time tonight. First team foul, that one whistled on Joey Kuhn. First free throw up and no good for Noah Bob. Man who leads the way for the Cougars in terms of scoring. He's a terrific rebounder as well. Second free throw for Bob, up and rattles home. So the third time tonight that Campbellsport has led. This time it's a 1-point lead, 5-4, and the Ledgers with Will Jan now on the floor, along with Brody Stefani. Both of those players have started through periods of this season, and Joey Kuhn able to hit the floater running through the paint. So Springs takes its first lead of the night, 6-5. Bob snaps a one-handed pass over to Trevin Shea. Shea, a usual starter for Campbellsport, gets it back to Bob. Corner three wide open. He thinks trotting back like he hit it. He just came up a little bit strong. Jan, kick out to Baker. Baker, middle of the paint, hook shot. Oh, man, the sky hook from Ben Baker, and it was just a little strong. Good move by the senior, but couldn't get it to fall. Here is Cullen Reese. Reese, dribble drives, gets to the high post, kicks to the near side. 3 ball on the way from the right wing, almost banked in for Carter Gellings. Gellings, another one of the usual starters. Rodriguez almost traveled, but just got the ball on the floor in time. Gets it back from Will Jan. Here's Baker. Kuhn. Jab step. Kuhn down the paint. Poked away by Cullen Reese. Here's Reese up ahead from Bob. Reese blocked by Jan. And Jan picks up the foul. Nice hands from Cullen Reese to poke it away from Kuhn. And then Bob found him again up ahead, and he's rewarded with a couple of free throws here early. First free throw for Reese is strong. And here comes Pierce Caney. So plenty of subs here early for Campbellsport as seniors got to play 3 or 4 minutes apiece. And now a couple of the more regular players in from Coach Elliott's rotation. Here's Ben Baker. Baker snaps a pass over to Stefani. He wasn't ready for it. And Stefani tapped himself on the chest, saying that one was on him. Here comes Bentley Coots. Thanks to Srauer Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage this season. Dr. Todd Srauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Srauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Srauer family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SrauerDental.com today. Here come the Cougars trying to retake the lead. Bob, backdoor cut, gets his own offensive rebound. Count it! And the foul for Noah Bob. Left it up short. He knew it was going to be short, followed it to the hoop. And first foul on Bentley Coots. Bob's got 3 early ones and a chance to match his entire game output from the first time these two teams met here in the first 5 minutes of this one, and he'll do that. He's got 4 now, and a much more concerted effort by Bob to get to the rack here early. Just like that, Campbellsport retakes the lead. 8-6 Cougars. Here's Bentley Coots, backdoor cut by Jan. Instead he goes to Brenton Rodriguez. Campbellsport doing a much better job early defensively, but in that same regard, here's another steal for Cullen Reese. Reese, that's the second time he's got his hands on a pass from Springs. And Jan picks up the foul here. That'll be number 2 on Will Jan, so he's going to have to take a seat. Lucas Babler as well as Joey Kuhn onto the floor. And Baker's going to come out as well for the Ledgers. But Cullen Reese with another deflection and earns another possession for the Cougars. But, you know, part of the Brenton Rodriguez there thought it was Springs basketball, and it ended up with a Gellings wide open 3. And then Trevin Shea picks up a foul 80 feet away from the hoop. This portion of the game brought to you by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Just to finish that thought from a moment ago, part of the reason that Campbellsport struggled, we mentioned this in the pregame, was their inability to take care of the basketball in the offensive end. They have done that so far. It hasn't allowed Springs out in transition. And Springs, very good in transition. Sometimes it's a struggle for them and a slog in the offensive half court. Here's Trevin Shea, skying for the defensive board on the miss from Coots. Into the front court here with Pierce Caney. Shea jab steps, tries the left side, poked away by Joey Kuhn, saved by Reese. Bob catches, kicks near side, Caney for 3. Short, offensive rebound for the Cougars. Caney kicks it to Bob, shot fake for Noah Bob. He goes left side this time, finishes strong through the contact. And Noah Bob's got 6 early ones for the Cougars, and they have a 4-point lead. Here's Bentley Coots, wide open for 3. In the corner, this one rattles around, no good. Offensive rebound, Rodriguez kicks out to Kuhn. Kuhn tries the right side. Floater up, floater good, and the foul on Trevin Shea. That's number 2 on Shea. And Kuhn with a big-time 3-point play. Nice response from the junior Kuhn. Every time I talk about Joey Kuhn, I want to say senior, because that's just how he plays. He's kind of got that steadiness that Ben Baker plays with out there. But Baker is the only senior on this team. So they get a whole nother season of Joey Kuhn. They'll be happy about that. As will the football team. Excellent defensive back is Joey Kuhn. And the Ledgers back within a point with Kuhn's 3-point play. Shea's out there with the 2 fouls. Coach Elliott trusting his junior big man Trevin Shea. Here's Caney. Dribble drive guarded by Babler. Gets it out to Shea. He's hounded by Matt Miller. High post, kicks it back to Caney. Here's another triple. From the other corner, this one's good. Pierce Caney missed it from the right corner, made it from the left corner. 13-9 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Here goes Ben Baker, scoops it up, tries to spin it in, couldn't do so, and here comes Noah Bob in transition. Caney just hit the three down to the corner with Gellings. Gellings wraps around and snaps a pass back over there to Quentin Capazzo. And it ends up with Noah Bob, and Bob, excellent first half for him. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 15-9 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Good start here for Campbellsport, taking care of the basketball on the offensive side of the floor and playing that defense that Coach Elliott wanted to see from his squad here early, and all of that's resulted in a 6-point lead for Campbellsport. And Noah Bob's already doubled his offensive output from the first time these two teams met. He's got 8 quick ones. Pierce Caney hit the three. Caden Flash getting involved early on. Looking good here for Campbellsport. Trying to finish either 5th or 6th in the Flyway Conference. Omro tonight plays North Fond du Lac. If North Fondy beats Omro, the winner of this game finishes tied for 5th with the Foxes. If Omro is able to beat North Fond du Lac, then the winner of this game finishes solo 6th in the Flyway. The other will finish 7th. Loser finishes 7th no matter what. There you go. That simplifies it perhaps a little bit. Here's Bentley Coots. And North Fond du Lac picked up the big upset win. Here's Ben Baker for 3. Baker hits the triple and cuts the deficit in half. North Fondy got a win a couple of weeks ago against Laconia on the road at the pit. Big win for the Orioles. Here's a steal. Ben Baker in the passing lane, got in front of Bob, and then kind of cut in front of Noah Bob to pick up the foul as well. So Baker certainly looking for the contact, forced the contact, and he's going to go to the charity stripe. Baker's got 5 here early. He and Joey Kuhn both had big nights first time around between these two. Baker's first free throw, no good. So I guess the wrong decision, perhaps. These two teams met back on January 22nd, as we said. Second free throw for Baker is good, so he's up to 6 points. In that game, Baker had 13. Judkins had 13. Kuhn had 14. So it was a three-headed monster in that one. There's a travel coming back the other way from the Cougars. Coach Elliott thought it was a gather step and a hop. That's kind of a 50-50 one depending on the official, that's for sure. 2-point lead for the Cougars remains. Here's Miller, Kuhn, Baker, wide open, top of the key, falling away. He's hit it. Second three of the night for Ben Baker. He's got 9 points, and the Ledgers lead by 1, 16-15 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. 9:35 to go first half. Miller gets a deflection. And the Cougars will start again with Pierce Caney. Oh, and he has his pocket picked by Lucas Babler. Babler has it deflected that time by Schladweiler. Ends up with Kuhn. Skip pass to Baker. Wide open left wing. Oh, that would have been 3 straight for Ben Baker. Couldn't get it to fall. Here's Caney. Gets to the middle of the paint. Kicks it to Schladweiler for 3. Right wing. Bingo. Trent Schladweiler with his first bucket of the night. And Keeble back the other way. Mid-range jumper falling away. Couldn't get it to go. It's a 2-point lead for Campbellsport after the big 3 by Schladweiler, and a foul here on Lucas Babler. You know, Babler always kind of plays right on the edge. He's a very physical perimeter defender. You know, if you just watch him, you could probably make the argument maybe would be had that could foul out very quickly, but that, you know, sometimes if that's your game the whole time, you get away with maybe a little bit more. I don't know. He's a very physical defender. Uses the hand check extremely well. Kind of bumps with the hips. That's what you got to do at high-level basketball. Here's the 3 for Cullen Reese. Missed it. Rebound tapped around and taken in by Joey Kuhn. Far side, here's Babler. Tries a wraparound pass to Brody Stefani, and it's deflected out of bounds by Cullen Reese. who's had a great night tonight so far defensively. Gotten his hands on 4 or 5 different passes from the Ledgers. A couple of them have turned into steals, a couple have gone out of bounds, but just disrupting things with his ability to anticipate where Springs wants to go with the basketball. Here's Babler, back over to Baker. Left wing 3 on the way, and Baker hits another. Goodness me, Ben Baker's guy has himself a start to the game. 3 threes and 3 more, that equals 12 for Baker here early, and the Ledgers retake the lead by a point. Here's Reese, kicks it down to Gellings. Carter Gellings off of a couple of screens. Looks back into Reese, who pops back out to the right wing. Here's Schladweiler, shot fake, gets to the mid-range. He's got the jumper, misses it, and the rebound down with Cullen Reese. Another hustle play from Reese. Here's a 3 from Caney, and he was impacted by Ben Baker closing out hard. Here is Baker in transition, hops through, can't get it to go, and the rebound being fought for, and a foul here on Stefani. Good board there from Deacon Kuzer. Stefani trying to tie it up underneath the hoop, but good strength from the Cougars' big man to rip through that and keep the ball with Campbellsport. 6th team foul on Springs, by the way. Next one, Campbellsport will be shooting. Just 3 fouls on Campbellsport so far. Pretty clean game defensively for the Cougars to this point. Here's Schladweiler being shown the baseline by Rodriguez. Instead, he gives it to Reese. Reese missed a couple of threes. That time, little hesitation straight away. Didn't shoot it. Here's the 3 from Schladweiler. That comes up short. Long rebound. Fought for Noah Bob, Bob gives it to Gellings. And there's foul number 7 on the Ledgers. And it's going to go on Brenton Rodriguez. So Gellings heads to the charity stripe for 1-and-1 bonus. 7:14 to go first half. First one looks good. It is good for Carter Gellings. A 3 for 6 start from the line as a team for the Cougars. Springs has shot in just 3 free throws. Springs has shot. Both go down for Gellings. First 2 points for him on the night, and the Cougars retake the lead. Back and forth we go. It's at least the 4th lead change we've had here in this first 10 minutes plus of this contest. Joey Kuhn hounded by Trenton Schladweiler, and Schladweiler is going to be whistled for the foul. Letting him play underneath, but the perimeter defense being whistled very, very tightly here early on. Part of the reason that the Cougars are already in the bonus. Here's Will Jan. He's got a couple of fouls out there playing. Rodriguez. Joey Kuhn. Jab step. Gives it back to Rodriguez. Stolen. Guess who? Here's Reese into the front court. Good ball movement. Ends up with Noah Bob. Jab step. Comes back out. Crosses over against Stefani. Nice job defensively by Brody Stefani. And a deflection. Touched by Baker. Deflected by Gellings. And it is Springs basketball. Gellings can't believe it. It was clearly touched by Baker, and obviously impossible all the way across the court for us to tell if it indeed did touch Carter Gellings' fingertip. Here's Rodriguez. Top of the key with Will Jan. Near side, Ben Baker. Here's Kuhn. Comes free on the far side. Kuhn. Jump stops, up and under move, beautiful. Joey Kuhn's got 7. 7 for Kuhn, 12 for Ben Baker. They got nearly everything for the Ledgers thus far. Here is Trevin Shea. Shea, by the way, playing with 2 fouls. He just came back onto the floor. Here's Flash. Caden Flash dribbles to the mid-post. Now kicks it out to Cullen Reese. Reese, dribble drive down the paint, and he'll go to the free throw line for bonus shots as well. That's on Will Jan. That's number 3 on Jan in the first half. So, gonna have to get a sub in for Will Jan. We'll see if Ledgers get him up to the table quick enough. They did get Bentley Coots up quick enough. And Will Jan will take a seat for the rest of the first half at the very least. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Michaels Corporation. Reese, second free throw, no good. Tapped down and collected by Bentley Coots, and here come the Ledgers. Reese 0 for 3 to start the night. Here's another 3 from Ben Baker. That comes up short. Good job defensively from Noah Bob. Reese quickly into the front court. Crosses over against Bentley Coots. Gets it far side, Trevin Shea. Shea dribbles to the mid post. Here's Gellings. Between the legs dribble. Ooh, dangerous pass. Bob's free for 3. Got it! Noah Bob makes Baker pay. Ben Baker almost jumped the pass. It left Noah Bob wide open, and he hit it. Here's Brenton Rodriguez for a triple. That's way deep. Rebound on the near side with Cullen Reese. We haven't seen either team build a lead more than 4 points here tonight. That was kicked by Brenton Rodriguez. The refs missed it. That was kicked by Rodriguez off of Gellings and then out of bounds. I think this should stay with Campbellsport, having a conversation far side. So we'll see. They're going to keep the call with St. Mary's Springs. Probably missed one there. It happened so quickly, but Rodriguez, the call there is saying that Rodriguez had his foot planted. There was no kicking motion involved, so that's what they had decided down on the floor. 4.5 minutes to play. Baker has to throw it off of Noah Bob to keep the possession. 11 points for Noah Bob here early on. Second amongst all scorers here tonight. Here's Baker into the front court, working on Bob. Kicks to the corner with Miller. Out to Brenton Rodriguez. Top of the key with Coots. Far side, Kuhn. Dangerous pass deflected by Noah Bob, and Bob gets it right back. He'll miss it at the rim and then foul Kuhn on the way down. Kuhn's pass to Ben Baker was a little too aggressive. Bob jumped it. Bob couldn't finish at the rim and then fouled Kuhn, who sprinted back in transition. Kuhn thought that it was a foul on Bob. By the way, that's number 2 on Noah Bob, so he's going to have to take a seat here for a couple of minutes. Kuhn wanted a foul on the entry into Ben Baker. Both Baker and Kuhn give them some credit there, hustling back defensively. Here goes Kuhn once again, missed it. Rebound down with Trevin Shea. Quick outlet pass to Gellings. He snaps the pass up to Flash. Flash kicks it out. Straightaway 3, Trevin Shea. Rattles around, no good. Good look for the Cougars in transition. Can't pay it off with the Shea 3. Here goes Baker. Kicks to Kuhn. He likes the left wing 3. This is dead on. Comes up short. Rebound deflected around a couple of times, and Shea was out of bounds. So it stays with the Ledgers with 3:55 to play first half. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. 3:55 to go first half. Miller catches in the corner, working on Caney. Now kicks out to Joey Kuhn. Underneath, Babler got free from Flash, snaps the pass to Miller. Here's Bentley Coots, his 3rd try from 3, and hasn't hit one as of yet. That one rattles around and no good. Rebound here with Gellings. Coast to coast Gellings. Yes, what a move for Carter Gellings all the way to the hole. He's got 4, and that's an offensive foul on Lucas Babler. Gellings, coast to coast, back the other way, coast to coast. Got the rebound defensively. Sprinted all the way down the floor. Finished on the left side. Then sprinted all the way back down the floor and took the charge. So that's number 2 on Lucas Babler. So some fouls piling up here for Springs in the first half. Player control foul, no bonus shots. But it's been the Cougars in terms of that grittiness factor that you heard Coach Elliott talk about in the pregame. And they've certainly won that battle tonight. against the Ledgers. Here's Caney, and another. There it is again. Just a real hard drive to the bucket and a good finish through contact. Biggest lead we've seen tonight for either team, 27-21 Cougars on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Here's Calvin Steffes, gives it to Baker. Big time shot for Baker, missed it. Rattled around, no good. Excuse me, this was the second time Campbellsport has led 6-0. Just misread my notes from earlier. Led by 6, not 6-0. Excuse me. Here goes Caney again. So tied for their highest lead tonight. Here's Steffes on the feed from Baker. Kicks it out to Brenton Rodriguez. Gives it to Miller. Back to Baker. 2.5 minutes to play first half, and Rodriguez comes to collect. Here goes Calvin Steffes. Nice pass across the paint, but good hands by Pierce Caney. Read well by the sophomore to get his hand. Yeah, man, these Cougars are playing well defensively, and it's what Coach Elliott wanted. 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30 with them. We're back in 30 seconds on Radio Plus.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Back here at Campbellsport, timeout taken that time by Coach Ethan Elliott from Campbellsport. With 2 minutes and change to go here first half. Springs looks like they're coming out in the zone here. They are. A lot of fouls here early, so they're going to come out in the zone, see to try to change some things here defensively. And early miss here on the first possession. That time by Capazzo. Offensive rebound. Schladweiler misses the three. And the rebound tipped by Stefani into the hands of Calvin Steffes. Here's Joey Kuhn. Kuhn, left side baseline, deflected by Caney. And it'll stay with the Ledgers. It's just been, everything's been difficult to come by here for Springs in the first half. Zane Wilson first action tonight for the Ledgers. He's out there wearing number 5. Here's Brenton Rodriguez. Rodriguez hands to Baker on the right wing. Baker looks underneath to a Brody Stefani who comes free. And then his pocket is picked as well. This time it's Quentin Capazzo. Reese into the front court for the Cougars, who have all the momentum right now. The Ledger's been stuck on 21 for some time. I didn't write a note when they scored that 21st point, but it has been an eternity for the Ledgers. Here's Ben Baker into the front court, gives it to Kuhn. Kuhn tries the left side, comes free. A lot of contact, no whistle. Kuhn couldn't believe it. Rebound down with Capazzo. He gives it to Reese. Cullen Reese, hounded by Ben Baker. The Ledger's back into a man-to-man. Here's Capazzo. Gellings, left side, snaps a pass over to Schladweiler. Wide open, top of the key, missed it. And a foul on the rebound on Quentin Capazzo on the arm. Team foul number 6 on the Cougars. 50 more seconds in this first half that they have to survive to not put Springs into the bonus. Meanwhile, the Cougars have been in the bonus for the better part of 6 or 7 minutes. Springs trying to cut into this 6-point advantage for Campbellsport. Rodriguez has it in the corner. They just have not got out in transition because not a lot of live ball turnovers for the Cougars. Rodriguez can't get it to go. Gellings down with the rebound. Gellings into the front court. Loses control, flashes there, and he shovels it over to Cullen Reese. Reese hands off to Gellings. Skip pass near side, Caney. Caney gets to the free throw line. Dishes at the last second to Cullen Reese, who finishes at the rack. Reese 0 for 3 from free throws, but he's got his first bucket of the night. 7 seconds left in the first half. Here is Zane Wilson hands off to Kuhn. Kuhn throws up a fadeaway, no good. Halftime lead, 29-21. on the Quest Interiors scoreboard for the Ledgers. Thanks to Srauer Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage. Dr. Todd Srauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Srauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Srauer family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit Srauer Dental, that's S-A-R-A-U-E-R dental.com today. Halftime here in Campbellsport. Let's take a time out, come back with our Holiday Automotive halftime show right after this on Radio Plus.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
It's the dawn of a new day for Dr. Kathy Doyle Kelly and Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry.
I'm Dr. Dylan Fogel, and I'm now the new owner of Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry. I'm truly honored to carry forward the tradition of personalized care you've come to know and trust. You'll still see Dr. Kathy and all the familiar faces who make this office feel like home. At Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, we promise to do everything we can to keep you smiling before, after, and even during your appointment.
Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry will be changing its name to Fogel Family Dentistry in 2026. Find Dr. Dylan Fogel on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job, to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Let the daydreams of spring begin. Connect with the Auto Show Sale at Holiday and explore all that's new from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Score money-saving offers, get more for your trade, and enjoy Team Holiday's warm and genuine guest care.
We earn the trust of drivers from all over Wisconsin by following through and going the extra mile. It's what we do.
Showtime is go time. Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer at Bauer Chiropractic. Dr. Bauer can help relieve pain in arthritic knees, reduce and relieve pain from degenerative and herniated lumbar discs in your back. Dr. Bauer's laser treatment relieves pain and inflammation. Works like cortisone without the side effects. Dr. Bauer also offers custom orthotics for proper back posture. Since 1998, this area has trusted the team at Bauer Chiropractic. So if you've got pain, see Shane at Bauer Chiropractic.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff, blessed to be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
All right, back here at Campbellsport, Jordan King with you here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Get you a couple of score updates here from around the Flyweight Conference at the very least. We also have Fondy basketball going on here tonight on the network. You can check out everything that we got going on. Lamira Mayville is on Radio Plus here this evening. 29-27 Lamira at the last check. That game was still in the first half. Winnebago Lutheran leads Laconia 40-21. That game's already in the second half. 14 and a half minutes to play over there. And the Vikings looking like they're going to build some momentum here before heading into the postseason as well. Also have Omro and North Fond du Lac playing tonight. I don't have a score update from that contest. And if it is at North Fond du Lac, we'll be able to get a score update. It is at North Fondy. So we'll effort to get that to you. As we do, let's give you the scores from here at Campbellsport. The Cougars lead it by 8, 29-21. Holiday Automotive presents our halftime show. Holiday, it's worth the trip. Scorers for the Cougars, 2 each for Jace Gable, Cullen Reese, and Caden Flash. Gable got the second bucket of the night as the Cougars honored their senior who wasn't able to play this year out with a torn ACL that he suffered back in Legion Baseball. 3 points for Trent Schladweiler, 4 for Carter Gellings, 5 for Pierce Caney, and then Noah Bobb back to his usual self. He had 11 first half points after scoring 4 against Springs earlier this year. For the Ledgers, only 3 players scored. It was the 3 that had big nights against the Cougars the first time. Ben Baker, Joey Kuhn, Jack Judkins. Judkins had 2, and on that bucket, went out, left with injury. Not sure we're going to see him the rest of the way. Ben Baker led the way with 12. Joey Kuhn had 7. So there you go. Those are the scores here in the first half, and all of that leads to a 8-point lead, the largest of the night, here at halftime for Campbellsport. So there you go. If that result holds, Campbellsport would finish no worse than 6th in the flyway. And at halftime, Omro leads North Fond du Lac 40-33. So that's a tight game up there at North Fond du Lac. And if the Orioles can upset the Foxes, that would mean Campbellsport, if they're able to hold on here, would finish tied for 5th with Omro. So there you go. A lot of things shifting around here. Final day of Flyway Conference basketball action. All right, let's take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the second half for you here on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Best Craft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
Welcome back here to Campbellsport High School. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. Colby and Colton up here as well. Appreciate their help here tonight. This portion of the game brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. Who do you trust with your family's health? For aches and pains, physicals, and sports injuries, Fond du Lac families choose Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Marshall Rutherford. As a family medicine specialist, Dr. Rutherford is your go-to for keeping your family healthy. Learn more at aurora.org/doctors. Well, confirmation that we won't see Jack Judkins the rest of the way. He came back out of the locker room on crutches and ankle wrapped up, I should say. So no shoe on the bench with him. I would say we're probably not going to see him the rest of the way here tonight for Springs. So that's their third leading scorer lost, and hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can get right for next Tuesday when the Ledgers get to host Valders in an 8-9 matchup for the right to play top-seeded Howards Grove. So just underway here, 8-point lead for the Cougars. Cougars will have a home game as well coming up next week. They'll play a pretty hot North Fond du Lac team, all things considered. The Orioles playing some good ball. And, the Orioles have North Fond du Lac always kind of been that bottom seed in a bracket. Not this time. They're a 10 seed. And they get the 7th seeded Cougars coming up next week on Tuesday. So first possession here after an empty one for Campbellsport for the Ledgers. Miller, Stefani starting here in the place of Judkins. And the Cougars have their normal, quote-unquote, what you would say normal starters out there. Here's Keeble underneath, floater, good. Keeble didn't score in the first half. Nice feed that time from Baker on the bounce. And Keeble's got his first bucket of the night to bring it back within 6. Springs going to stay in the 2-3 zone. We'll see if it affects the rebounding. Although Campbellsport did a nice job on the boards in the first half, both offensively and defensively. So, Springs didn't, at least to the optics, have a huge advantage there. I mean, didn't have a massive points off of second chance points, that type of deal. Wasn't skewed heavily for the Ledgers as it might have been in that first matchup. Here's Schladweiler, bounces to Bob, who didn't see it coming. Baker with the steal, gives it to Kuhn. Good job by the Ledgers to slow things down, valuing the basketball. Here's Kuhn, floater up, missed it. Nice job by Schladweiler. Get a hand up and contest that shot in the paint. Here comes Reese, gives it to Gellings, wide open, left wing 3, missed it. A little bit strong for Carter Gellings. Looked like it was right on line. Wouldn't go. Here's Kuhn again. Dribble drive. Spins against Schladweiler. Kuhn throws his hands up again. He's trying to buy a whistle. Now he does. After he got his own offensive rebound, he'll go to the charity stripe where he makes a living. So 2 shots here for Joey Kuhn. Kuhn with 7 first half points. Clanks the first one off the front iron. And a roll of the eyes for Joey Kuhn. Not happy with himself after that one. Second one short as well, but it crawls over the front edge, hits the backboard, and goes down. So Kuhn's up to 8 points here tonight. He and Baker have combined for 20 of the 24 for the Ledgers. And, we said it perhaps foreshadowing-wise, and Gellings misses that one short. Nice give and go with Trevin Shea. Said it in the pregame. As Kuhn and Baker have the Ledgers gone this season, and a foul there on Schladweiler on the push. Once again, trying to guard Joey Kuhn. But, yeah, we're seeing that again tonight. Kuhn and Baker carrying much of the load. So Springs retains possession of the basketball. Keeble on the left wing. Hands off to Baker. Good switch there for the Cougars Keeble rolls to the hoop. No one went with him. And Keeble's got 4, all coming here in the second half. And the Cougars have yet to score. First 5 points of the second half have gone to the Ledgers. They've tightened this thing back up to 3. Here's Schladweiler into the high post with Reese. Out to Schladweiler again. 3 on the way, missed it short. Rebound down with Noah Bob, and Bob's going to go back to the stripe. Second chance points here, and it's Brody Stefani picking up a foul for Springs. Thought they might have gotten that one on Keeble, but instead on Brody Stefani. That's number 2. Bob 2 for 3 from the free throw line, make it 2 for 4. Trying to build on what is an 11-point outing thus far. Schladweiler, by the way, going to take a seat as Caney comes onto the floor. And Bob gets the Cougars going here in half number 2 with that second free throw. 30-26 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Stefani, left wing. Miller comes curling around. Instead, Stefani goes to the corner with Joey Kuhn. Kuhn wanted a screen. Instead, it's Keeble. Baker, deep 3, right wing. Bingo, Ben Baker. His 4th 3 of the night. Baker's up to 15 points, and the lead is 1 for Campbellsport. Reese will walk it into the front court, near side with Bob. The zone has given Campbellsport much more issue than the man-to-man did. Dangerous pass from Reese, finds its way to Bob, down to the corner with Gellings, back out Noah Bob. Working on Baker, gives it to Reese. They haven't been able to get it into the high post. Now they do with Caney. Snaps pass over to Gellings, wide open, left corner 3, missed it short. Rebound down with Kuhn, able to save it before he falls to the floor to Keeble. Here comes Ben Baker, chance to take the lead for Springs. They were down by 8 at halftime, 29-21. It's 30-29. Gellings pokes it away from Stefani, and Stefani picks up a foul in transition. He jumps up, could not believe the whistle there. Ticky-tack. We've seen, though, the perimeter defending, very little contact being allowed. Underneath, they're letting them play. But out on the perimeter, any touch has been a foul, and Springs has yet to adjust to that. Certainly in the flyway, you feel like those aren't fouls, but hey, if that's what the referees are calling, you gotta adjust for sure. Here's Gellings down underneath to Trevin Shea. Shea in the short corner, kicks out to Bob. Top of the key with Pierce Caney. 13:07 to go in this second half. Reese, far side Caney. Working against this zone, the Ledgers tip it away with Matt Miller. Here's Baker, cross-court pass to Kuhn. Kuhn, had his head hit, and there was no foul, but Kuhn finished it through the contact. Full timeout for the Cougars. We'll keep it right here during the full timeout, 12:51 to go. And Springs has now gone on a 10-1 run to start this second half, and they lead it by a point. And Coach Elliott getting after his guys in the huddle, and rightfully so, as his team's still stuck in the locker room, seemingly. Is shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief, Fond du Lac families trust Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Lauren Potter. There are many causes of shoulder pain. As a shoulder specialist, Dr. Potter has the advanced training to take better care of your injury. Learn more at aurora.org/ortho. They don't play any music during the timeouts, so Coach Elliott getting that. I mean, everyone in the gym got quiet. They were trying to hear what Coach Elliott was telling his team, and he's drawing something up in the huddle, trying to change the trajectory of this second half. It has not been a good start for Campbellsport. So it'll be Cougar ball coming out of the timeout. Coach Krieger's got to love what he's seen from his crew to start half number 2. And a couple of long passes that have turned into turnovers. Certainly can't, the Cougars have not taken quite as good care of the basketball. That's part of it. Springs has been aggressive as well to the hoop. Here's Noah Bob. Bob, backdoor cut. Reese, contact there, no whistle. And Bentley Coots gets the clean block on Cullen Reese. So here comes Ben Baker. Baker trapped, gets it to Keeble in the corner, guarded by Shea. Back out Ben Baker. Coots, Miller, Kuhn, Miller flashes to the hoop, and Joey Kuhn finds him. Nice dime from Kuhn, and Miller's got his first bucket of the night. Nice screen and roll for the Ledgers, 3-point lead. It's now a 12-1 run. Gellings trapped over here near side, now in the corner, fires out to Bob, has it deflected by Joey Kuhn. Kuhn in transition, goes past Bob, finishes through, and another bucket for the Ledgers in transition for Joey Kuhn. And a warning here on the Ledgers for batting the basketball. I think it was Ben Baker. Try to listen to who it was. It's a team. He didn't say. It's a team warning anyways. But the Ledgers can't touch the basketball anymore. I think it was Baker underneath there. No harm, no foul on the first one. Joey Kuhn now with 5 second-half points. He's up to a dozen. 27 if you add in the 15 from Ben Baker. Reese looks far side to Caney, into the high post. Bob finds finds Reese down to the corner. Carter Gellings has the triple. First points of the second half for Carter Gellings. He's got 7. And back within 2 are the Cougars. That stops a 14-1 run to start the second half for Springs. Here goes Joey Kuhn. Kuhn down the lane, and that should be a block. And they're going to say Joey Kuhn was shooting. You know, that's an iffy call without a restricted circle. With a restricted circle, that's absolutely the right call. Cullen Reese was way too far underneath the hoop. It's a safety issue. And if you've just tuned into one of my broadcasts for the first time, you will know my feelings are that a restricted circle needs to come before a shot clock. And if you listen to us every time, you're rolling your eyes right now. You're just saying, shut up, dude. Okay, I will. Second free throw for Kuhn. He misses both of them, and it's tied up underneath. Bentley Coots ties it up, and it stays with the Ledgers. And Noah Bob is not happy. That's the most emotion you'll see Bob show. He thought he was fouled by Bentley Coots. There's that's kind of been my point all night. Underneath, they're letting them bump and bang a little bit. They are not on the perimeter, though. And that time, a lot of contact. Miscommunication, saved by Ben Baker. Keeble trying to throw it over here near side to Bentley Coots, and Baker saved it from finding its way into Coach Miller's lap, the head coach, the assistant coach, head coach of the golf team. Here's Keeble trying to track down an offensive board, and he taps it out of bounds. Cougar basketball. Brenton Rodriguez comes in for Matt Miller, who had a terrific stint there, including scoring his first points of the night. So now Kuhn will go to the bottom of the zone. Here's a 3 in the corner for Caney. That one's deep. Nice block out that time between Kuhn and Keeble. And the Ledgers back the other way with the basketball. Down to the corner. Rodriguez thought about the 3. Drives baseline. Gets to the middle of the paint. Snaps a pass out to Kuhn, who gets it to Baker. Corner 3 on the way. He's got it. Ben Baker's 5th 3 of the night. And he's got 18 points. Ben Baker looking more like himself. Here's Noah Bob. 5-point lead is the largest for the Ledgers tonight. Largest for Campbellsport was 8. Another miss. This time it was Caney in the middle of the paint with the floater. And here comes Springs once again. Just pouring it on right now. They've already scored 17 points in the second half compared to 21 in the entirety of the first half. Travel on Brenton Rodriguez. Whether you're playing in a rec league or in the majors, sitting out due to injury is no fun. If pain has moved you to the sidelines, Aurora Sports Health can help get you back in the lineup. Start with a free injury evaluation from Aurora Sports Health. Request one at aurora.org/sports. Appreciate Aurora's sponsorship of this portion of the program. Here's Caney, blocked by Bentley Coots. That's Coots' second block since coming out onto the floor. Down to the corner here from Baker to Kuhn. Back to Baker. Shot fake. Ben Baker. Step back. 3 on the way. This one's no good. Rebound Coots, and he's fouled. Oh, this side of the gym was ready to explode if that had gone down from Ben Baker. But the Ledger fans love the hustle showed by Bentley Coots there. And he'll head to the stripe for the first time tonight. Ledgers are just 3 for 7 from the free throw line. Coots makes it 4 for 8. Second free throw for Bentley Coots is good as well. So his first 2 points. And Springs has continued to play well here in half number 2. Bob steps through against Brenton Rodriguez. Now drives to the high post. He's fouled there. On the floor, underneath inbounds coming here for Campbellsport. And a timeout here taken from Coach Ethan Elliott. Full timeout. Let's take 30 seconds. We'll come back after that here on Radio Plus.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Back here at Campbellsport, Lemira leading Mayville. Keep an eye on that game. 43-39 is that score right now. Lemira with the lead, trying to close out an undefeated wire-to-wire conference championship for the Lions. 9:16 to go here. 40-33 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. High school sports today on Radio Plus. Video Sports is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. So, about to tick into the final quarter of this game. That's a whole nother discussion. Should probably just play quarters like every other state and league in the world other than college, but anyways, yeah. One thing at a time. I just want the restricted circle, man. There's a tie up underneath. It'll stay with Campbellsport. Pretty quick whistle there on the tie up, and it stays with the Cougars. Reminder, if you're just joining us, Campbellsport led by 8 at halftime, and then it has been all Ledgers here in the second half, outscoring Campbellsport 19-4 here in half number 2 so far. Here's Trevin Shea. Shea crosses over, working on Bentley Coots. And he traveled, drug the pivot foot down in the mid-post. And another turnover gives it back to the Ledgers. So Baker will walk it into the front court with a 7-point lead. Coots in the corner. Brenton Rodriguez has given some good minutes without Jack Judkins available for most of this game. Here's Rodriguez in the corner. 3 on the way, missed it. Rebound down with Trevin Shea. Nice block out by Shea. Able to displace Bentley Coots there and get the board. Noah Bob into Schladweiler. Trent Schladweiler turns and faces, gives it to Shea in the corner. Caney was wide open far side. They couldn't get the ball over to him. It would have been a tough pass. Caney's got it in the mid-post, and now he has it batted away by the Ledgers. Here comes Joey Kuhn. Kuhn blocked from behind, but a foul here. Let's see who they get this on. This might be on Noah Bob. It is on Noah Bob on the bump. So 2 shots for Joey Kuhn are coming. The block up top was good from Trevin Shea. Here's the first free throw for Joey Kuhn. It's good. Kuhn's had an uncharacteristically poor night at the line. He's now 3 for 6. A little bit low on the low end for him. It's a good free throw shooter. Second one's good. And he's good at getting there, that's for sure. He mixes it up perhaps more than anyone else you'll see, especially at his size. 6 foot, 150 pounds, that might be generous too. Another deflection, this time it's Matt Miller, who deflected it away from Schladweiler. Cougars able to keep the basketball. Here is Schladweiler, back to Bob. Noah Bob knifes through the paint, goes up, and it'll fall for Noah Bob, plus the foul. So Bob back to the free throw line for the 4th time tonight. Much needed basket for the Cougars, and Bob can add another at the stripe. So a 9-point lead down to 7 after Bob makes 2 out of the 3. And the 3 ball here for Brenton Rodriguez. That is short, and Joey Kuhn was out of bounds before he touched the basketball. 7.5 minutes to go tonight. The Ledgers have matched their first half total already here in the second half. And that is saved by Trevin Shea. No, Shea had his toe on the line. And a pass from Noah Bob that was just a little bit loose there. So another unforced turnover by the Cougars. Too many of those here in the second half. It has been a tale of two halves. And the second half has not been a fun one for Campbellsport. Here's Kuhn to the corner. Rodriguez going to try another triple. That one's no good. I'll tell you what, Pierce Caney, when he closes out, he whacked Rodriguez on the stomach there. Tough to shoot a basketball shot when that happens, but hey, you can get away with it. That's the way to go. Here's Bob. Bob, that should be on the floor. It is. Bob got down to the post after he got his own offensive rebound. He is a tremendous rebound. He just plays so hard, and it's difficult to keep him off the boards. Schladweiler coming free. Miller able to chase him out there. And there's a deflection from Will Jan. Jan tips it over to Miller, and a steal on the inbounds for Springs. Hey, Coach Krieger imploring Joey Kuhn to slow it down, and Kuhn will. Here's Baker, goes past Bob, back to Kuhn. Dead away 3, this one short. Rebound tipped by Baker and collected by Dalton Thole, who's onto the floor. 6'2 junior out there giving some minutes to Coach Elliott. Here goes Bob yet again. Middle of the paint, fall away, missed it. Rebound down with Miller. Springs walling up well at the hoop. 6 1/4 to go here tonight. Here's Rodriguez, hounded by Pierce Caney. Baker trapped, gives it to Rodriguez, who was running through, and he's fouled underneath. See who they get on the foul here. If it's on Shea, it's his 3rd. It's going to go on Trenton Schladweiler instead. That's his 3rd. Rodriguez was just cutting through. I don't even think that was a roll to the hoop necessarily. But Baker was being trapped in the corner, so he fired it underneath there anyway, and Rodriguez makes the first. His first point of the night. Confusion there. They're trying to get Michael Keeble into the game. Maybe he's coming in for Brenton Rodriguez. Second free throw good. He is coming in for Rodriguez. So another nice little stint there from Rodriguez for the Ledgers, and their lead back up to its game high, which is 9 points. 44-35 on the Quest Interior scoreboard, 6:03 to play. Shea will bring it into the front court for the Cougars. Gelling's back out there, as is Flash. A couple of subs back on for Campbellsport. Here is Shea. Snaps the cross-court pass. Dangerous, taken in by Flash. Flash, dribble drive to the baseline. Trapped there between Baker and Jan, and they're going to get a foul on Baker. Wow, that is a ticky. Oh, it's on Will Jan. Well, not only was it kind of a ticky-tack week one, but also got the wrong guy. And that's 4 on Will Yan. Baker, if anyone was impeding in the space, which I don't think either were, but if anyone was, it was Ben Baker. Here is Carter Gellings. Gellings gets to the middle of the paint, kicks it out. Schladweiler, shot fake, gives it to Shea. Shea, jab steps, goes past Kuhn, but nice help defense there. I think it was Brody Stefani. And now Flash is being hounded by Ben Baker. Near side with Shea. He's going to try a left side dribble, and Shea with his first points of the night. And that perhaps is another indicator of just the night it's been for Campbellsport. He was dealing with foul trouble in the first half, and he's a close to double-figure scorer for Campbellsport this season. Got to get more out of him than they've gotten tonight. 44-37. The Ledgers, neither team is led by double figures. Biggest for Campbellsport was 8 at halftime. Biggest for the Ledgers was the 9 you just saw a moment ago. Here's Joey Kuhn. Somehow that gets over the front edge, and Kuhn's got another and one opportunity. Had one of them in the first half. Foul is on Flash. Excuse me, Caden Flash picks up his first. And a chance for the first double-digit lead of the night for either team. Here for Joey Kuhn. And he does. Make good, does Kuhn. That is his 5th made free throw. Kuhn, also worth noting, got 10 second half points, 17 overall on the night. Backcourt mate Ben Baker has 18. Here is Gellings, floater, good. Carter Gellings with his second basket of the second half. He hit a 3 earlier, and he's up to 9 points. 4.5 minutes to go. The Cougars need a couple of stops, need to string together some defensive stands here. Stefani wide open underneath as they were dumped down to Stefani. Here's Keeble cutting to the hoop, couldn't finish. Offensive rebound, and Babler will go to the free throw line. I think it was Flash again. Flash not able to push Babler out far enough, and then fouled him on the ensuing shot. So Babler looking for his first points of the night. Going to get some substitutions for both teams after this first free throw as well. First one no good for Lucas Babler. Miller returns for Stefani. And Bob, after a quick break for the Cougars, along with Cullen Reese, they are back. So the normal starters are out there for Campbellsport for the last 4:08. Second free throw for Babler is good. He goes 1 for 2. Gets his name in the scorebook tonight. This part of the game presented by Fogel Family Dentistry. Dr. Dylan Fogel is now the new owner of Doyle Kelly Dental on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac. Near side, here's Carter Gellings. Goes baseline, trapped there. Gellings steps through, tries to get it to Shea, deflected by Babler. All the way over to Gellings again. Here is Reese. Reese is trapped there between Miller and Kuhn. He gets it to the high post. Batted away by Michael Keeble. Got his hand on the pass intended for Noah Bob. Here goes past Cullen Reese. That was a travel maybe in the 1980s, but not today. They whistle it. Nice jab step there by Ben Baker, but he's penalized. That was just a good fake by Baker, but moving a little too quick. It's one of those where, you're out in transition, and if a player's got long legs and you say, man, that just looked like a travel. It kind of looked like a travel from Baker, maybe, but he had that basketball down for sure. 3 minutes to go. Here's Reese, kicks it far side. Schladweiler knifes his way through the paint, leaves it up short. Rebound fought for. Man, it is getting physical in there, but they're letting them play. Credit the refs for letting them get physical underneath the basket. Here's Baker to Kuhn. Back over to Ben Baker. Matchup zone looks kind of like a 1-3-1, kind of morphing around, but I think at the base of it, it's a 1-3-1 zone. Timeout here for Coach Kyle Krieger. Let's sneak 30 more seconds in, and then we will come back here on Radio Plus.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Jordan King with you back here at Campbellsport. Campbellsport just broke into double figures in the second half. They scored 29 in the first half, just 10 here in half number 2. Compared with the Ledgers, they have outscored them 27-10 here in half number 2, and that has turned an 8-point deficit into a 9-point lead. Right now on the Quest Interior scoreboard, it'll be Springs basketball, full timeout taken by Coach Kyle Krieger. He's still got 3 of them left. Very rarely does that come into play, especially with Coach Krieger, but you get 5 of them nowadays, along with the 10-minute halftime. It just, man, you don't see many coaches making use of all of them. It does happen from time to time. 1-3-1 zone for Campbellsport. And Springs trying to deal with it. Keeble that time clattered into by Trenton Schladweiler, who deflected it back out of bounds. And it'll be a tough little spot here to throw it in from for Joey Kuhn. But Campbellsport kind of let Baker get a free one here, running to the ball. Skip pass over to Keeble, back out to Baker. 4-corner offense here for Springs, trying to be ultra patient. It's the more exciting stall than just standing out at half court. But they want to try to force the Cougars to foul, and there is the foul given there by Trenton Schladweiler, trying to pick off a pass intended for Keeble. Tell you what, that's a lot of faith with some of those long passes the Ledgers were making. And finally drew a foul on the Cougars. Keeble's first one is good. Never a doubt from Michael Keeble. He stayed firmly planted at the charity stripe. He knew it was going down. And for the first time tonight, one of these teams has a double-digit lead. Keeble 2 for 2. And the Ledgers lead it by 11 with 2:12 to play. Coming up after the game, we'll have our Fondy Family Dental, or excuse me, our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. We're not going back to the pregame, I promise. Here's Trevin Shea, name our player of the game, play of the game, and more. Gellings in the corner. No-look pass out to Reese. A lot of time coming off the board here on this possession for the Cougars. Shea, Reese, fires it up, banks it in. Big-time shot for Cullen Reese, and it came via the bank. So a timeout here for Coach Elliott is full as the Cougars get back within 8, 50-42 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Ben Baker's got 18 points tonight. Joey Kuhn with 17. Michael Keeble with 6. Those are the leaders for the Ledgers. And you heard Coach Krieger talk about it in the pregame show. Just saying that, ideally, they want to get 6, 8 points, 6, 8, 10 points out of Michael Keeble. That would be ideal for the Ledgers. So far, they got 6 out of him here tonight. Now, should Jack Judkins miss any additional time, now everyone's got to step up one slot further, and maybe you need a little bit more from Keeble, and then you need a little bit more from the Matthew Millers and the Brenton Rodriguez's and the Bentley Cootz's of the world. Brody Stefani, those guys got to show up a little bit more on the offensive side as well. 14 points for Noah Bob. That's the leading number for Campbellsport. Carter Gellings has 9. Cullen Reese with 5. Pierce Caney with 5. So the top dogs have just been that little bit much better. for the Ledgers. Here's Ben Baker, gives it to Kuhn. Kuhn up ahead to Keeble. Keeble cross court to Miller, and they're going to smartly pull it out. Very smart by the Ledgers. Back into that trapping 1-3-1 for the Cougars. Brenton Rodriguez trapped, skies into the air, throws a dangerous pass, but it finds its way to Joey Kuhn. Kuhn back to Baker. Kuhn is the best free throw shooter. If there's a technical foul, there's Keeble at the rim. He's got 8 now. Nice feed from Baker. If there's a technical foul, it's Joey Kuhn that shoots them. So Baker's a fine free throw shooter as well. Just saw Keeble make a couple of them, but Joey Kuhn would be the choice if Springs were able to choose. Bob at the rim. He has 5 second-half points now. He's up to 16 on the night. Here's Ben Baker. Has it swatted away by Trenton Schladweiler. And that deflection now means there's no run in the baseline here for Brenton Rodriguez. 8-point lead for Springs, less than a minute to play. If the Ledgers knock down some free throws, you got to feel like they're good for this one. Here's Baker, back to Kuhn. Kuhn past Bob, back over to Ben Baker, up ahead to Matt Miller. That's who you got to foul if you're the Cougars. They tried, but they were late. And now Kuhn's got it, back to Baker, back to Joey Kuhn. 40 seconds left, and Kuhn will take it from Trenton Schladweiler. That's number 5 on Schladweiler. He's picked up a bunch here late. And Reese is in for him. So a chance for Joey Kuhn to ice this thing away at the line. First free throw up and good for Kuhn. One more would make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. So that's what's riding on this second free throw for Joey Kuhn. He missed it. There you go. What do I know? 37 seconds and counting here in this second half. Here's Trevin Shea. Got to get a quick shot here if you're Campbellsport. Bob kicks it out. Extra pass to Gellings. Left wing 3 on the way. Missed it short. Rebound tipped around by Kuhn and taken in by Brenton Rodriguez. Kuhn's fouled again with 21 seconds left. This second half has been something else from Coach Kyle Krieger's crew. They have held Campbellsport to just 15 points, and they have got the offense rolling in some sort of way. 32 points here in the second half of action. Coach Elliott getting the seniors back onto the floor for one final time here during the regular season. It's not their last home game, though. First free throw for Kuhn up and good. They will host North Fondy in a first-round regional quarterfinal matchup coming up next Tuesday. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, the setup for the postseason for both boys and girls hoops. Tell you more about that in our post-game show. We got some regional semifinal action coming up tomorrow night on the network, and we'll have regional final action on Saturday as well. Here's Noah Bob, offensive rebound on the flash miss. Trevin Shea is going to key one up. Shea hits it. He's got 5 second-half points, and Baker will dribble things out. Final score here tonight, 55-47 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. The Ledgers able to turn around an 8-point halftime deficit and win this thing by 8 here in the second half. So a win for the Ledgers. Close out their regular season no worse than 6th place in the Flyway Conference. Campbellsport will finish 7th in the Flyway this year. Let's take a timeout, come back with our Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Stay with us.
Here we go.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
All right, back here at Campbellsport, we're trying to get some score updates for you here between the rest with what happened elsewhere in the Flyweight Conference. And we will effort to do that for you over this Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. So tonight, 55-47 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. A win for the Ledgers to close out conference play. Once I get all the rest of the scores here, I'm just trying to seek out the WLA Laconia score here, and then I'll give you the final standings and how everything shook out in the Flyweight Conference here this evening. And easier said than done with trying to find scores with Huddle Fan. If you know, you know. That's why we like covering things here on Radio Plus Video Sports, because it's just a much better quality than trying to figure out how to get scores from Huddle when you got ads playing, with pretty much the whole broadcast. So there you go. I'm not salty about any of that or anything, but so there you go. Yeah, it's going to be too difficult. Last time we checked, WLA had a pretty substantial lead on Laconia. Lamira was leading Mayville by more than 15 points. The Lions look like they're closing out a 14-0 perfect conference season. That'll drop Mayville to 10-4. Mayville will finish solo second. If WLA did indeed beat Laconia, WLA will finish 9-5 on the conference season and solo third. Laconia will finish 7-7, right at 500 in solo fourth. Amro was up by about 17 points on North Fond du Lac as time dwindling down. Amro looks like they're going to finish 6-8. They will finish alone in fifth. 5-9, the record for St. Mary Springs. They will finish alone in sixth. Campbellsport, the seventh place team, at 4-10, and then North Fond du Lac will finish 1-13 and finish in eighth place in the Flyway Conference. Those the final standings in the Flyway this season. Marian University presents our player of the game. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. Well, let's give it to Joey Kuhn. His second half was kind of a microcosm of the whole team's second half for the Ledgers. Kuhn had 13 of his 20 in half number 2 and finished 20 points. He's our marianuniversity.edu player of the game tonight. Ben Baker, had 18 points to help Kuhn out. Michael Keeble with a big-time performance tonight, 8 points here this evening, and 2 points apiece for Bentley Coots, Jack Judkins, Matt Miller, Brenton Rodriguez. Lucas Babler had 1. That's the scoring for the winning Ledgers tonight. Here's what the book looks like for Campbellsport, coming up short in the second half. 16 points for Noah Bobb, 9 for Carter Gellings, 5 apiece for Pierce Caney and Trevin Shea, 3 for Trent Schladweiler, and then 2 each for Jay Scable and Caden Flash. And I think I missed Cullen Reese in there. He had 5 as well. So there you go. Jay Scable missed the entire season with that ACL injury. and he got out there and got it done, made a layup, able to score his senior season. There you go. BCI Burke presents the play of the game. Log on to burkecareers.com for play that moves you. B-U-R-K-E careers.com for play that moves you. I'm going to pick out a change instead of necessarily a play. There's a couple of different big-time plays that Joey Kuhn won in the second half was a big one about halfway through that second half. But how about going back to the 2-3 zone for Coach Krieger? Despite some of the issues they've had rebounding out of the 2-3, Coach Krieger believes in the zone, makes the change, goes back to it. And like I said, it was just the second half was a totally different ball game compared to the first here tonight. So good decision there from Coach Krieger, and it paid off well. AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. You can go to RadioPlusInfo.com for the complete schedule. Otherwise, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we go live. Otherwise, here's what's coming up tomorrow. WLA at Lemira Girls WIAA Division 4 Sectional 4 action. Regional semifinal, WLA at Lemira. 6th seed WLA, 3rd seed Lemira. St. Mary Springs is the 8th seed. They travel to number 1 Kohler tomorrow night. We'll have that one. I'll be along on the call over near Lake Michigan. Sheboygan Christian is at CWC. And then Waupun travels to Laconia tomorrow night. All of those are regional semifinal games on Radio Plus. Whether Waupun or Laconia win, we'll have that game regional final on Saturday. If CWC wins, they'll be heavy favorites against Sheboygan Christian. CWC would move on. We'll have that one on Saturday. If Springs pulls off the upset against Kohler, we will cover the Lady Ledgers on Saturday. And no matter who wins between WLA and Lemira, we will have that game on Saturday. Regional final action, girls hoops. Keep an eye out on the YouTube page. Coming up this weekend, we'll release what boys games we're covering, where will be Tuesday, where will be Friday, where will be Saturday, and if we have any girls teams still around through this regional final weekend, we will have all of that on Thursday and Saturday as well. So those are our AirTech next broadcasts here on Radio Plus Video Sports. All right, I want to say thanks to Colby and Colton for doing the tough job tonight. Thanks to Coach Krieger and Coach Elliott for meeting with us. Thanks to Athletic Director Griesmer here at Campbellsport for getting us set up and being willing to have us here tonight. Thanks to all our sponsors up and down the line, and thank you for tuning in. Jordan King saying so long. Have a great Thursday. Springs wins it 55-47.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Lens Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Sir Rower Family Dental.